Today, I want to talk about something deeply personal, yet universally essential: making yourself proud. In a world obsessed with validation, likes, and external recognition, we often forget the most important audience: ourselves. True pride does not come from applause, titles, or awards. It comes from the quiet confidence that you are doing your best, that you are pushing yourself to grow, and that you are staying true to your own path. When we talk about success, the conversation often drifts toward external markers: money, fame, titles, or recognition. We measure ourselves against the achievements of others and seek validation from the world. But real, lasting success begins in a much quieter, much more personal place. It begins with accountability. It begins with taking ownership of your life, your choices, your actions, and your ambitions. True pride, true fulfillment, and genuine achievement are not things that are given to you by the world. They are things you create for yourself by consistently aligning your decisions with your deepest values and your highest goals. Personal accountability is a concept that is deceptively simple, yet incredibly powerful. It is the understanding that your life is the sum of the choices you make every single day. It is the realization that blaming circumstances, blaming others, or waiting for permission will never lead to the life you want. Elon Musk, for example, is a man who has been at the center of industries that most people thought were untouchable. The automotive industry, aerospace, renewable energy, artificial intelligence. These are sectors dominated by entrenched players, enormous bureaucracies, and overwhelming skepticism. And yet, Musk did not allow external limitations to dictate the trajectory of his life. He did not wait for someone to hand him an opportunity or tell him he was capable. He held himself accountable to his vision, and through that unwavering commitment, he transformed what seemed impossible into reality. Accountability starts with self-awareness. You cannot take responsibility for your life if you are not clear about your values, your goals, and your priorities. It requires deep honesty with yourself, acknowledging where you are, where you want to go, and the actions required to get there. This honesty can be uncomfortable because it forces you to confront your own excuses, your own fears, and your own limitations. But this confrontation is necessary. Every choice you make either moves you closer to the life you want or further away from it. Recognizing this fact is the first step in taking true control of your destiny. When you embrace accountability, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming the economy, the competition, your upbringing, or the people around you. You realize that while circumstances can influence your journey, they do not define it. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, every setback is a chance to learn, and every failure is a stepping stone to success. Musk faced countless setbacks. His rockets exploded, his companies teetered on the brink of bankruptcy, and he endured public criticism and skepticism. Yet, he never used these obstacles as an excuse. Instead, he held himself accountable, analyzed his mistakes, learned from them, and pressed forward. This relentless ownership of his actions is what allowed him to push boundaries and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Accountability also requires discipline. It is easy to make grand plans, to dream of success, and to set lofty goals. But these plans mean nothing without the consistent, disciplined actions that bring them to life. Every day presents choices that test our commitment. Whether we will invest our time wisely, whether we will persist when progress is slow, whether we will prioritize our long-term vision over short-term comfort. Taking responsibility for these daily choices is the essence of personal accountability. It is the understanding that greatness is not achieved in moments of inspiration alone, but in the quiet, consistent decisions that accumulate over months and years. Another critical aspect of accountability is owning your failures. Society often teaches us to fear mistakes, to hide them, and to avoid them at all costs. But accountability flips that perspective. When you take full responsibility for your life, you accept that failure is not a reflection of your worth. It is a reflection of your effort, your experimentation, and your courage. Musk's journey is filled with failures, yet he embraced each one as a lesson. SpaceX's early rockets exploded spectacularly, but instead of conceding defeat, Musk studied every failure, adjusted his strategies, and eventually succeeded in sending rockets into orbit. This level of ownership over one's results, both good and bad, is what separates ordinary people from extraordinary achievers. Making yourself proud begins with this willingness to confront failure honestly, learn from it, and take the necessary steps to improve. Accountability also means aligning your actions with your core values. Too often, people chase success in ways that contradict their principles, thinking that the end result justifies the means. But this approach rarely leads to fulfillment. You can achieve wealth or recognition, yet feel empty if the path you took compromised your integrity or disconnected you from your purpose. Musk's ventures reflect this alignment. He is motivated not by personal gain alone, but by a desire to solve the world's most pressing problems, accelerating sustainable energy, expanding humanity's reach into space, and innovating for the future. By ensuring that his actions reflect his values, he finds pride and meaning in his work, regardless of external opinions or temporary setbacks. Taking accountability for your life also empowers you to take risks. Many people shy away from bold choices because they are afraid of failure, judgment, or uncertainty. But when you embrace responsibility for your outcomes, you reclaim the power to act decisively. You understand that you control how you respond to the results, that you can adapt, learn, and improve, and that the fear of failure no longer has the power to paralyze you. Musk's willingness to risk everything, financial security, reputation, and comfort, stems from this deep sense of accountability. He knows that even if a venture fails, he will own the consequences and grow stronger from the experience. Finally, accountability creates self-respect. There is a unique and profound satisfaction that comes from knowing you are doing everything within your power to honor your commitments, pursue your goals, and live in alignment with your values. This pride is internal, not dependent on others' approval. It is the feeling you get when you look in the mirror and recognize that, despite obstacles, distractions, and doubts, you refused to settle, you refused to compromise, and you refused to let fear dictate your life. Making yourself proud begins with cultivating this sense of integrity and ownership. It is the foundation on which all other success is built. Ladies and gentlemen, the path to making yourself proud is not easy. It demands courage, honesty, discipline, and resilience. But it is also profoundly liberating. When you embrace accountability, you reclaim control over your life. You stop waiting for permission, validation, or luck. You recognize that every choice, every action, and every decision is an opportunity to build the life you want, and in that recognition lies the power to achieve extraordinary things. Elon Musk did not wait for others to define what was possible. He took responsibility for his dreams, aligned his actions with his values, and worked tirelessly to transform industries and inspire millions. If we are willing to do the same, if we hold ourselves accountable, make courageous choices, and persist with integrity, we too can achieve greatness. We too can build a life that fills us with genuine pride. Remember, true success begins with accountability. It begins with the conscious choice to take ownership of your life, to act with integrity, to learn from failure, and to pursue your goals relentlessly. It begins with the decision to stop waiting for the world to recognize you and start recognizing yourself. When you make this choice, when you commit to living a life of responsibility and purpose, you are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You become the architect of your own destiny, and the pride that comes from this ownership is unlike any other. When we think about achieving greatness, the first thought that often comes to mind is talent, opportunity, or luck. People imagine that success is reserved for those born with extraordinary gifts, or those who stumble upon a perfect set of circumstances. But the truth is far simpler, yet far more demanding. Success is reserved for those who are willing to step beyond the comfortable, to challenge themselves in ways that seem daunting, impossible, or even frightening. True growth, true achievement, and the deepest pride come not from staying in familiar territory, but from venturing into discomfort, uncertainty, and the unknown. To make yourself proud, you must set goals that stretch you, push you, and transform you. Many people shy away from ambitious goals because they fear failure. They set targets that feel safe, achievable, and easy to check off, convincing themselves that this is realistic or practical. But the problem with comfort is that it breeds mediocrity. It lulls you into a NSE of safety that ultimately limits your potential. If you want to create a life worth being proud of, you cannot settle for what is easy. You must set goals that ignite passion, stretch your limits, and force you to grow in ways you never imagined. Elon Musk, the entrepreneur and innovator, exemplifies this principle. From founding PayPal to revolutionizing electric cars with Tesla, and then taking on the colossal challenge of colonizing space with SpaceX, Musk consistently chooses goals that most people would consider impossible. He does not ask, what is safe or what is convenient? He asks, what would change the world? And then he commits to achieving it, no matter how enormous the risk or discomfort. Setting challenging goals is not about recklessness or irresponsibility. It is about intentionally choosing targets that demand your best effort, full commitment, and relentless focus. When your goals are easy, your effort is minimal, and your growth is stagnant. But when your goals are difficult, you are forced to develop new skills, adopt new habits, and expand your thinking. You are forced to confront the limitations you once thought defined you and to push past them. Musk's journey with SpaceX illustrates this perfectly. In the early 2000s, private space travel was almost unimaginable. Rockets were extraordinarily expensive. Failure rates were high, and industry giants were skeptical. Yet Musk set a goal to create a private company capable of launching rockets into orbit and eventually enabling humans to live on other planets. This goal was terrifyingly ambitious, yet he embraced it fully. He knew that discomfort, risk, and repeated setbacks would be part of the process, but he also knew that such challenges were precisely what would lead to groundbreaking achievement. Embracing discomfort is the key to growth. Discomfort is the signal that you are moving beyond your current capabilities, that you are expanding your limits, and that you are creating the conditions necessary for transformation. Most people run from discomfort. They seek shortcuts, avoid challenges, and stay within the boundaries of what feels familiar. But those who embrace it, those who understand that struggle is the soil in which success grows, are the ones who achieve extraordinary results. Every difficult decision, every late night, every failure that feels unbearable is a step toward mastery and self-pride. Musk himself has often spoken about the grueling demands of his work, the 100-hour weeks, and the relentless pressure he puts on himself and his teams. He does not shy away from the challenge because he understands that discomfort is not an enemy. It is a necessary companion on the path to greatness. When you set goals that challenge you, you also cultivate resilience. Life will inevitably present obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments. Your vision may be questioned. Your resources may seem insufficient, and your progress may appear painfully slow. But challenging goals teach you to persevere in the face of adversity. They demand that you become resourceful, creative, and unwavering. Musk faced repeated failures with his Falcon 9 rocket. 3 launches failed before the 4th succeeded. Each failure was a crushing disappointment, a moment where giving up seemed easier than continuing. Yet by holding fast to his ambitious goal and pushing through the discomfort, he ultimately succeeded in creating a private space company capable of changing the future of human space exploration. This is the essence of setting challenging goals. They prepare you to navigate failure, to learn, and to emerge stronger. Ambitious goals also clarify your priorities and focus your energy. When your objectives stretch you, they force you to evaluate what truly matters and what does not. Musk's goals are so audacious that trivial concerns, distractions, and excuses fall away. He cannot afford to waste energy on things that do not contribute directly to his vision. Likewise, when you commit to goals that challenge you, you begin to make choices that align with your highest aspirations. You prioritize time, effort, and resources on what will bring you closer to transformation, and you let go of what holds you back. This kind of clarity is rare, but it is essential for building a life that fills you with pride. Another critical element of setting challenging goals is the way it reshapes your mindset. Most people underestimate their capabilities because they measure themselves against familiar boundaries and self-imposed limitations. But when you set a goal that seems out of reach, you are forced to reimagine what is possible. You expand your vision of yourself and your potential. Musk's vision of colonizing Mars was once dismissed as science fiction, yet by daring to imagine it and actively pursuing it, he has redefined the boundaries of what is achievable in human history. When you consistently aim higher, when you embrace goals that push your limits, you gradually internalize the belief that you are capable of far more than you ever thought possible. This self-belief is the foundation of genuine pride and extraordinary achievement. Challenging goals also cultivate creativity and innovation. When you are forced out of your comfort zone, the usual solutions no longer suffice. You must think differently, experiment boldly, and approach problems with curiosity and persistence. Musk's work with Tesla and SpaceX is filled with examples of unconventional thinking, creating reusable rockets, designing electric vehicles that outperform combustion engines, and developing solutions that defy conventional wisdom. When you set goals that push the edge of what is possible, you are compelled to innovate, adapt, and invent. This process not only drives achievement, but also builds a profound sense of pride in your own ingenuity and resilience. It is important to recognize that discomfort is not only physical or technical, it is also emotional and psychological. Ambitious goals bring uncertainty, risk of criticism, and moments of self-doubt. These moments are tests of character. They reveal whether you are truly committed to growth or merely seeking comfort. Those who embrace discomfort learn to navigate fear, to confront uncertainty, and to act decisively even when the path is unclear. Musk has often spoken about the emotional toll of his ventures, the pressure and the stress. Yet he consistently embraces these challenges because he knows they are necessary for transformation. If you want to make yourself proud, you must be willing to endure the mental and emotional discomfort that accompanies ambitious goals. Finally, the act of setting and pursuing challenging goals is inherently empowering. It shifts the focus from external validation to internal fulfillment. You no longer measure success by the approval of others, by societal standards, or by comparisons. Instead, you measure success by your effort, your growth, and your courage to pursue what matters most. Musk does not measure his accomplishments by critics' opinions. He measures them by the impact he is creating and the progress he is making toward his vision. When you adopt this mindset, you gain autonomy, confidence, and pride. You understand that the most important judgment comes from within, and that living a life of challenge, growth, and purpose is the surest path to genuine fulfillment. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey of making yourself proud begins with a single decisive step: the decision to set goals that push you beyond your comfort zones. It is a choice to embrace the unknown, to face risk and discomfort, and to pursue growth relentlessly. It is a commitment to challenge yourself not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and morally. It is a choice to refuse mediocrity and to pursue excellence in a way that transforms both your life and the world around you. Elon Musk's life teaches us that the impossible is only impossible until someone chooses to pursue it with courage, vision, and unwavering effort. To make yourself proud, do not settle for goals that feel safe. Do not measure yourself against what is convenient or expected. Aim higher, reach further, and dare to step into discomfort. Embrace the challenges, learn from failures, and persist with tenacity. Every ambitious goal you pursue, every limit you push, and every fear you confront strengthens your character, expands your potential, and builds the kind of self-respect that no external recognition can match. Growth is uncomfortable, but pride is forged in discomfort. When you leave your comfort zone, you do more than achieve. You become someone worthy of admiration, starting with the person in the mirror. If you want to make yourself proud, if you want to leave a mark on the world, if you want to look in the mirror and know you have done everything possible with the gifts you have, then commit to relentless effort. Choose your passions, immerse yourself in them fully, and work tirelessly. Embrace the challenges, endure the sacrifices, learn continuously, and never stop pushing forward. Effort compounded over time is what transforms passion into excellence, dreams into reality, and ordinary lives into extraordinary legacies.